Good morning everyone, welcome to Whiteboard English, and today I'll be explaining present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about an action or a situation that has started in the past and is continuing in the present or has just recently ended in the present. So now we can see here to talk about actions that have started in the past and is continuing in the present or has just recently ended in the present. For making positive sentences for present perfect continuous, we can see the format is subject plus have or has plus been plus verb in the first form plus ing plus object. Now you can see here we can switch out between have or has according to whether or not the subject is singular or plural, and also we have to, since it is a continuous tense, we have to add ing, and if we have to add ing, the verb has to be in the first form. So verb in the first form plus ing plus object as always. Now there is something extra here, is been. Because it is a present perfect continuous tense, we have to add been to either have or has according to which subject it is. Now, using this format, subject plus have or has plus been plus verb in the first form plus ing plus object, we can see some examples. And these are: I have been teaching for over 3 hours. You have been studying for 2 hours. They have been working on the project. We have been driving on the highway. He has been playing soccer. She has been talking on the phone. It has been ringing for an hour. Manu has been working in London. Now, all of these sentences are talking about an action that has started in the past and is still continuing on in the present. Now, let's take a look at the second one. You have been studying for 2 hours. Now, you have started studying. You have started in the past. The studying has started in the past and it is still continuing in the present. You are still continuing to study. So, we can see here, following this format, there is a subject here at the end, at the beginning of every sentence. You can see I, you, they, we, he, she, it, and any name. Here we have given Manu. And then have or has according to whether or not the subject is plural or singular. We have added that. And then of course, since it is a present perfect continuous, we have added been to have or has according to which one it is. And then we have added verb in the first form plus ing, teaching, studying, working, driving, playing, talking, ringing, and working again. Now the next one, we can see an object here and there's an object here. So this is all for positive sentences, and you can see it is following the exact format, and that is all there is to keep in mind. Now let's take a look at negative sentences in present perfect continuous. Now you can see here, to form negative sentences, so the format is subject plus have or has, there's supposed to be this thing here, plus not plus been plus verb in the first form plus ing plus object. And using this format, you can see some examples here, but also here you can see between have or has and been, the not has been added. So just keep that in mind. Do not add it after been or before have or has. Just make sure to keep that in mind the next time you create a sentence or see a sentence, or if you know this, you will know. For example, if you have things like spot the incorrections in a sentence, you will know where to change the sentence. Also, you can see here some examples. I have not been teaching for over 3 hours. You have not been studying for 2 hours. We have not been working on the project. They have not been driving on the highway. He has not been playing soccer. She has not been talking on the phone. It has not been ringing for an hour. And it has not been working in London. There, fixed. Now let's take this one for example. He has not been playing soccer. It's saying that in the past this has not started, and in the present it is not continuing. This action has not been taking place. It is not continuing. It has not taken place yet. It will not be taking place. It's just saying for present perfect continuous, you can see before it was he has been playing soccer. So it's saying it started in the past and it is still continuing in the present, but now it hasn't started in the past and it's not continuing in the present. So that is all for negative sentences with the present perfect continuous. Now next up, let's take a look at interrogative sentences. here for interrogative sentences, so the format is have or has plus subject plus been plus verb in the first form plus ing plus object plus question mark. Now you can see here following the format, it is have here, and according to whether or not the subject is singular or plural, it can be changed into have or has because we have the options here. And if there is only have or only has, we cannot do that, so just keep that in mind. And the next step, subject, being, verb in the first form plus ing, and then object, and of course question mark, which is very important. And also another thing is over here for making a question, we can see in the positive one that it is subject and then have or has. Here it has been switched to have or has and then subject. And now you can see here like it is subject and been, and then in the middle there is have or has. And now for interrogative sentences, it is been and then have or has and then subject has been switched. So it's have or has plus subject plus been. And now we can take a look at the examples and read them. Have I been teaching for over 3 hours? Have you been studying for 2 hours? Have we been working on the project? Have they been driving on the highway? Has he been playing soccer? Has she been talking on the phone? Has it been ringing for an hour? Has Mino been working in London? Now let's take a look at this one, for example. Have you been studying for 2 hours? It's asking, have you been doing this action that started in the past and is still continuing, which is studying. Have you been studying for 2 hours? Have you started studying 2 hours ago and you're still studying? That's what it is asking. So whenever we make a question with the past perfect continuous, that is how the meaning will be. Now we could take a look at another form of interrogative sentence. Now we can see here another form of interrogative sentences is the format, but with the WH questions such as what, where, when, why, and how. So we can see here with the examples changed a little bit. What have I been teaching for over 3 hours? How have you been studying for 2 hours? Where have we been working on the project? These are some examples. And you can take the first one, for example, what have I been teaching for over 3 hours? Now, before it was have I been teaching for over 3 hours, it's asking have I been doing this action for over 3 hours, which is teaching. Have I been teaching for over 3 hours? Now the question is more specified because of the what. It's asking, yeah, I've been teaching for over 3 hours, but what have I been teaching for over 3 hours? So using these, you can specify the questions a little bit more. And what is standard in schools is usually for at least 10th grade is from here, have or has, to the question mark. WH questions are usually not included. If it is for your syllabus, please do study this. And if it is not part of your syllabus, you do not have to worry about it for now. But if you're studying for other reasons other than school and you want to study this, which it will be helpful if you want to specify a question when talking to someone. And also in schools, if you do have this, so please put more focus on this. But if you don't, forget about that and just study until have or has plus question mark, because this is how it's going to be for the exams and you don't want to study anything extra because it will not be good for the exam. So until now, if you are in 10th grade and you have this, study this. If you don't study that. Study until where you have to study. It's good. And that is all for present perfect continuous tense. See you in the next one. Bye!